Blind Wave? Like the channel Blind Wave does its reactions?
I do, I think. Yes, I have heard of them.
Listen, the way Foggy looks like Eric has me dying. Oh my gosh.
I'll have to go and compare.
I was cracking up. I was like, why does he look like Eric? Why does he look like Eric? He's all like, and Foggy looked good. But
he did.
Eric.
He has come a long way from when we first saw him on the Mighty Ducks.
I think it's the beard that assists. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not a bad looking guy, but that beard and it assists.
It works. It works for him. It fits the aesthetic.
I'm for it.
Oh, Haymaker's out here meeting all the famous people. And what's going on, John? Good to see you. Damaris,
hey,
how do? Hey everyone. And y'all know we're gonna be back out here in Hell's Kitchen as soon as this show came back up. So now here we are.
Where'd you meet him at? Is it their what's it called? Is it their wave cave, their wave thingamabobber? WaveCon, that's what it's called.
WaveCon?
Because they usually have them here in Columbus. I'm just be at work.
I didn't know they did that.
Yeah, because they're in
I'll have to check it out.
Marietta, Ohio. I think that's where
they are. Okay, so they're just around the corner. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Yep. I did not know that. Now, what were your first initial thoughts for episode 1?
The beginning was a little weird. Not what happened to Foggy, but just like the way, like even the fight choreography, like that stuff is just it was kind of weird looking.
It was hella choppy, right?
Yeah, it was.
I'm
like, okay.
It didn't flow. Yeah, it didn't flow like it usually did.
I can see the reshoots.
And now that I'm saying that, though, it kind of makes sense because, Matt really ain't himself now.
I just feel like that was just like reshoot hell, and that's what they were reshooting a bunch in the beginning, which I was okay with, because after that, I understood why they released 1 and 2 at the same time, because if they would have just done 1, people would have complained.
We would have been upset.
People
because there was not enough information. And also, why y'all bring this man back just to do that?
They had to break up the team.
They did my boy dirty.
I just thought they were going to break up the team. I didn't think that they were going to do that.
They was all like, he's gone, and Karen, is it Karen? Yes, Karen just said, you know what? I'm out. This is not exit stage left, and she hauled all the way back over there. She probably messing around with She-Hulk now.
I'm not mad at her. Like, she had to sit there and hold her friend while he died. He was looking at her face. Listen, I had to go too.
She has had some trauma in these shows already. So yeah, I do not blame her. I do not blame her at all. And I know Matt is, he was spiraling quite a bit after the incident. I'm mad that Bullseye didn't end up dying, because how you gonna get my boy, my hardcore enforcer of House Ducks? Why would you do that to us?
I'm just
like it's secret. What is it? Secret. What the hell was it? The other Marvel show with Samuel L. Jackson.
Secret Wars. Secret Invasion.
It's like Secret Invasion. Was that it?
Secret Invasion, I think it was.
They Maria'd us all over again.
Oh my god! I still don't believe that happened.
Maria didn't have to die, and neither did Foggy. I don't appreciate that work.
No, and then to top it off, Poindexter didn't even die, and I understand. I kind of understand why, because he had that skeleton put in at the end of the last.
Yeah, but still, boo.
What's that thing called? What was it? Daredevil season 3. He had that skeleton thing put in him, and I'm like, okay, I understand him not dying, but I'm gonna need you to go down there and finish the job.
Matt, you should have.
You had all these knives in you.
Lifted him over your shoulder, ran up to and jumped, did your parkour, and jumped onto the next tallest building that would give you like 3 more flights, and then toss his ass off of that. Because fuck you. I don't care if you're in jail. Going to jail in a Marvel show don't really mean all the time going to jail. Or that
he's going to get out of jail. He has the potential to.
Somebody's going to break him out.
I'm like, okay, all right.
So no, I don't usually advocate for violence, but now I choose violence right now, immediately. Justice for Foggy. I don't appreciate that nonsense, not at all. But okay, so outside, moving past the epic sadness, I swear like that's gonna be in like my top 5 horrible deaths that I'm never gonna get over, right up there with Artax. I'm
that's
still
not
mad
as
about
bad
it.
for me. That's I mean, I don't like it, but that's not as bad for me.
Off of Avengers Tower, you know what? I'm with that.
I would just say he just go down there and finish it. He had all these knives in him, and you didn't go down there and use one of them to finish it. I'd put it right in his ear.
I wouldn't have him breathing even in that fall. Yeah, you pushed him off, but you could hit that carotid artery real quick on the way down.
Don't have time for it. But I did like the fact that he was so distraught and upset. He didn't even care that the what's your face came up and saw him. He didn't care. He was like, I don't have to be here right now. And kudos to him for not saying a damn thing. He was like,
you know what? Okay. I understand. All right, let me go over here, give you some time. I know you need that. Yep.
Gonna be downstairs.
Hey, Amy. See, I would say send him to the raft, but we've seen people get busted out of there before. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's a little too lenient for him.
He just needs to go ahead and die.
Hey, but
I'm curious to see if that's all we're going to see from him, or if somebody's going to end up busting him out.
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to be back. It may not be fully this season, but I don't think he's too important of a villain, and they are trying to do better by handling these villains. So maybe that's why they sent him to the raft, which I actually think I'm assuming that's where they're going to send him, because he is slightly superpowered.
Okay, I want to check.
Send him to the wall. You know what? No, the wall is too nice for him. Send his ass to Azkaban.
Yeah.
Immediately. Do not pass go. Do not collect your $200. You don't get your superhero license fees paid at all. No, you just have to go now.
Okay, well, on the random,
there he is. Azkaban.
I wanted to see how many episodes we're getting. We're getting 9.
They've
already been renewed for season 2, and season 2 is going to be middle of next year.
Okay, that's a pretty fast turnaround.
It better be.
Yeah, right. MCU has some catching up to do.
We need Percy information. It's March. He premiered this time last year.
Yeah, why haven't they done nothing with that? And also, why did puberty smack like all? Well, I was gonna say all 3, but no, homeboy was already like in his 20s. But Percy and Annabeth, yeah, they're pretty much adults now.
They're adorable. My gosh, they're so cute. And I'm like, y'all better listen. You better hurry up. I need a trailer and an announcement.
They remind me.
We should have had it.
They remind me of Bela and Jace. Like I've seen their interactions like off screen, so I low key ship them in real life.
Me too. Always. Me too.
They're cute.
Because I'm like, I just need a little information, and we're not getting that. And so I wanted to double check what we're getting from this, because since they did the 2, I'm like,
yeah,
okay. But
Hellcat is. Oh, you know what? I think she is. I forgot about that. Make the bad man fly. You know what? I would also. The Veil is a second choice. Yes,
absolutely.
I would take that. Tartarus.
As say.
Well, you know what? There are some heinous tasks that some people are doing when they get to Tartarus. So yeah, I'd give that as a third option also. And yes, I agree. Bela is Bae, 100%.
Man,
it's this fall. What? Percy's this fall? Where'd you hear that?
They said so, but I need information. I need an actual month and a date, please, because it's too long.
That would be lovely. Yeah. So in all of that to say, definitely come back and chat with us for Percy season 2. And also, actually, I forgot to say in the beginning, this is officially my first live stream monetized. So yay.
Yay.
And thank all of you for coming through and watching our silly drunken rambling shenanigans about these nerd things. We appreciate y'all being here. What'd you say? You wish you could be drunk?
I wish I could be drunk.
I'm so sorry.
I don't even want to go to work tomorrow. I'm sad.
I work half a day tomorrow. Because I have to go to the doctor. Yay, getting old.
Bruh.
Anyway, you know what? Speaking of this, we get Fisk over here fully coming in and one interrupting what was very clearly a meeting of all the mob heads around the city, and Vanessa was running that shit like she came up in that life. I mean, yeah, she saw the shit needed to be done. You know what?
He was gone, and the Empire.
He went on his vision quest. Yep.
He did. And he came back. I saw how he purposely skipped over that white suit and then come back in there. You see Vanessa wearing her white.
And now she's wearing the white. That is the exact note I put. I said, hold on, mommy looking a little queen pinish right now. And I kind of appreciate that. Yeah. She hasn't done anything to make me super dislike her just yet.
I love her.
And she may end up being villainous, quote unquote villainous, but she's one of them ones that I still like to watch.
She's so calm and she's so sweet. And she was like, boys,
and thank you guys.
Doing dumb stuff. We just don't need to fight. Like, we're all making money. I'm making money. You're making money. Why are you arguing when we're all making millions? Chill out, eat a sandwich, drink some water.
She brought up the issue one time in the beginning. She let her grief be said quite elegantly too. Like, bruh, I sat next to that bed that you just got up and left, pulling another Uncle C and leaving without properly speaking to your woman.
And then coming back,
where she was sitting there day in, then you came back and you halted all of the important business with the mob shareholders that she was very clearly running like a well-oiled machine. And you think she wasn't going to tell you that you wrong for that? And damn it, I forgot to change my name. I just looked over there and saw it.
I just figured you kept it because you thought it was funny.
No. Absolutely not. I forgot.
Because here's my thing with this.
You're correct, Adamantium.
I want to know so is he like completely done with the bad stuff, or is somebody else just handling it, not him?
It's someone else is handling it, and I believe it's Vanessa. That's why when he had that conversation, like, we got 25,000 signatures to let me jump in as I think he ended up being like an independent runner or something or other like that. Mm-hmm. But he said specifically, like, that means that everything that is on the bad side has to get separated immediately.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, so what is he doing now? Like, what is he doing now?
So he is moving through the steps as the mayor because he did win. Mm-hmm. He is moving through those steps and trying to work in accordance to what he needs people to see. However, his name is definitely still on those books, and he absolutely is still deeply entrenched in that world.
That's what I'm wondering. I'm like,
he's just gotten better at hiding it.
I'm like, you can only do so much at a certain point. And I understand why my girl Vanessa's feeling the way she's feeling. Like, I feel it completely.
Because how very dare you? This is my shit now.
And she had a man on the side. I'm like, girl, I'm surprised he's still alive. I don't care. Fisk is still Fisk. Fisk is still Fisk. Right, girl.
And that is why, and we'll talk about it more when we get to episode 2, but that is why I fucks with that police commissioner. Because he saw the bullshit. He was like, motherfucker, you not fooling me. You might have all these other plebes fooled, but I ain't with your fuck shit. But we'll get to that. Mm-hmm. Right here, he's trying to basically gear up. And you know what? He very well could have rigged it. However, we see how things can propaganda can be spewed into the atmosphere to sway voters into a decision that's really not in their best interest. So it's possible he rigged it, but I'm inclined to think that he didn't. Because that climate that has been around there, how things have been going, everybody is ready for it. It's like, you know what? We tried all the other shit in this motherfucker out here. That's we know he's a kingpin, but we know that he get the shit done. Basically, what was the slogan? John had put it in here earlier. Done or something? Fist can fix it. Yeah, Fix can fix it. So, and he's made all the right moves publicly. That's basically what it boils down to.
I think so too. I still find it strange, and not to mention that James Gandolfini's son is
Corinne
Daniel Blake. Tony Soprano, His son is the kid that's following him around.
Wait, which one? The clean cut, handsome dude, or the chubby one?
The chubby one.
Okay.
I'm like, the clean cut handsome. No, that's an adult. That's a man. No, but he's following him around.
Right, yeah. Like, everyone's voting on vibes. Exactly. That's exactly it. Well, he came out with he knew exactly what to say to sway the minds of the people that he's getting. So yeah, that was it. And hold on, let me jump back up here real quick. Damaris is saying, okay, you got a theory about this season's villain. You think it's going to be Muse? In the comics, he has powers of sensory deprivation. What if he was born with it? And give Foggy the excuse to introduce more mutants. That's an avenue. But for what's going on here, they've kind of already introduced that on the back end a little bit, I think. Because Hellcat is in this universe, and we know she was hopped up on shit. The dude that she was dating for a while was hopped up on that bullshit. And what's his name that got thrown on Bullseye? He has some extracurricular stuff with him. So I think the crumbs for that are already there. And yes, he is absolutely a suck up. And he annoyed me for pretty much every interaction. Like, he really came in there fangirling like it was his job to be fangirling.
Yep.
Not a fan of his. But
weird. He's weird, and
there's something up with him. I don't know what exactly it's gonna be, but there's something up with him. You know what? Watch it be he's part of that stupid group that we have to deal with in She-Hulk.
Oh,
I forget what they're called, but
yeah,
one of them idiots.
Yeah.
And also because Matt is always gonna Matt, even though he said he's hung up the mantle, he's not doing that anymore, and he goes to see Fisk, and they actually have an amicable conversation. And Fisk was like, it's not like horribly unpleasant that we're seeing each other again. Life has been lifing.
I know, right?
Yeah. And now here we are, and they go tit for tat as they always do. And he lets it known, if you are gonna go back to your random vigilante ways, I'm not going to stand for that anymore in my city. And this is the beginnings of the crux of the problems with giving a man like this political power, because shit is about to be even worse.
Yeah, because at this point, I don't. Like, sir, what can
you
do?
Lady V. Yes, girl. Welcome. We are back here.
And you
lovely to see you.
You have to. I don't know if Fisk is going to be able to stay within the realms of looking like a decent person. You know what I'm saying?
No, he's already dispelled that.
Like,
yeah.
Like as mayor, there's only so much you can do. Like, you can go out there and be like, oh, I can help the people. Like that pothole thing. He was like, oh, I got a pothole. I'm gonna fill the pothole. Like, that's different than him getting ready to jump into the ring with the cop situation that we're going to talk about in a minute. I'm just like, that's different. You're gonna be looked at sideways. You're gonna be looked at strangely, trying to figure out how to navigate what you want to do with what you should do
with what you're
gonna do. You know what I mean? Like,
which is why you hired the executive assistants to trump all executive assistants over there, saying, hey, you might want to have a look at these few points. However, we have all these appointments to go to, and I know maybe it's boring, blah, 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 but we have to do these things. So and that's what happens with that pothole. That wasn't an interesting thing to do. And for any other fellow New Yorkers, y'all know they're never that quick to try to fix potholes. I mean, that's anywhere, but especially over there, shit will take forever. And that guy was right. We're waiting on the red tape. It's got to go through all the proper channels and be signed off on by all the right people.
Especially since it's on like an overpass. Like, you gotta think about it. It's on an overpass. So in order for them to actually do what they need to do, they're gonna have to shut shit down for a minute. But I'm like, okay, I see it. I like that you're filling the pothole. Yay. But I did also like how Matt was like, I can see, look, you slim down a bit. You turn that fat into muscle. I see. Look at you breathing better.
Yeah, so your gait is a little bit lighter. You lost some weight. I see you. You turned that a little bit of that into muscle. Okay. Right, which also is very on brand, which is R.I.P. to Michael Clark Duncan. That's why I thought he fit the role of Fisk so well when he had it in Spider-Man.
I mean, like, well, sir.
Yeah. You big, yes, but there's muscles under all that beef.
Not only did he quit smoking, did you see that?
Yeah, and he quit
with that little poached egg and that little asparagus. I was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, where's the rest of it?
What is that? Is that the appetizer?
I was like, where's the rest of it?
Right. Yeah, I know that's not the whole plate.
That is bland.
You are a large grown ass man. Your body needs more calories than that.
You hungry? You hungry? Unless that's like second breakfast or 11sies. You hungry?
Exactly.
Got some granola on the side, something like. I can't even. No, but I will say I do like how they kind of sort of wrapped up the characters from the original Daredevil series, because they weren't going to include them at all. So the fact that they gave us that, I'm like, okay, I see what you did there. Damn, they weren't going to include them at all. That's why I said the beginning is kind of weird, because it's a bunch of reshoots. Like I could tell it's like reshoots, redone, not really like, because they could have saved this. Yeah, they could have saved this, all that. I didn't need to see Foggy die. Foggy was a good dude, man. I know. I'm sad, but it's not the saddest thing I've seen.
Yeah, fair enough. And yes, eventually the Punisher will definitely be joining us. And Lady V says, Fisk is already coloring outside the lines. Yep. Playing with the therapist. See, the minute I saw the tall, lanky dude go in and at the book signing, the way he was looking at her, I was like, hold on, bruh. Like, you were already a little bit sus before that moment, but now I'm looking
they threw a red herring in there, because the other kid that was like, are you taking patients? That's the kid from Wednesday, by the way.
Kid from Wednesday. Yeah. I never finished Wednesday. I didn't watch it. I know. I wasn't covering at the time, so I did not watch it. So sorry. I will go back and correct that. And that is one thing. That is one thing I really, really liked about that conversation that they had. It's like, I have to get away and go over there. He was and go talk to what did he say, like protege or something or other? Some word he said, basically.
Yeah, because he had a protege that he was taking care of.
He was like, oh yeah. Didn't she shoot you in the face?
She did. Yeah, and she also took you to the spirit realm. She the Native American ancestors run through you and it changed
literally. She you'll hear black folks say, ancestors save us or any random thing with that. She literally had the ancestors come through and run right through that motherfucker, which is still one of my favorite scenes ever. That whole season, that scene with Leah, y'all know when I say Leah who I'm talking about if you've seen Twilight. It started from her, from the generation all the way down, and I thought that was brilliantly done.
And I like how it changed the hell out of him. He was like, he was
like, wait, he felt that immediately, like, hold on, bitch, what the fuck?
I went through some shit, and now I'm here to try and like make stuff better. But I'm gonna make stuff better in the way I wanted to make it better, my way. You know what I'm saying? And I hope it's good for y'all, because it's gonna be great for me.
Right, because it's gonna be great for me, right? He's looking at his ledger like, yep, we are right on schedule.
Fisk is gonna fix it.
Fix is gonna fix it. Y'all know what the hell I meant.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm like,
all of that. Right. I think I laughed a little bit too hard on there too, and you could tell that fucked with him a little bit, because he did pause for a second. He's like, well, yeah, that happened. That happened. And I love when they make those little references. It's another reason why I always say, that bullshit they were trying to say, that the Netflix shows and what was the other one? Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. especially were not in MCU proper, but y'all are referencing all these things. So no, it's connected.
It gets us to where we are now. Like without that, you knew also how Fisk turned into from what he was in Daredevil season 3 to now in Daredevil.
To this.
Missing pieces. You got to have it there. Whether you like it or not, it's going to be referenced, and I'm glad it did, because it makes sense.
Yep, absolutely.
Why want to be mayor? Like, why would the old Fisk want to be mayor? He don't give a fuck about being mayor.
Bruh, Damaris, look, I've been saying it for a lifetime, and I'll continue saying it. Yo, Leah totally deserved better. They, not gonna get into it. I don't know if I'll ever be coaxed to do a Twilight stream, but if so, there's definitely a point I'll bring up. It probably won't happen though.
I don't know what those words mean.
Yeah. Let's see what else big happened in this before we fully go into part 2. Oh, he meets his new boo.
She's cute.
And she is cute. And Matt has a type.
He does.
Have you noticed how all of the chicks are either very melanated or just slightly, like melanin adjacent? For him, it's an interesting dynamic that they. I don't know. I don't think they've done it on purpose. It's just how they've coded his character. I'm not mad at it. I just think it's funny because they're trying to be subtle, but like no, he very clearly has a type.
She's a therapist.
And I like her. Yeah.
I like her a lot. She's funny. She's cute. And the fact that his partner was like, hey, I need you to go talk to a client.
Right. Yo, she said that. Look, again, shout out to the wingmen and the wing women that be throwing it down and putting in that work on these shows. Because, yeah, that was a match that was absolutely made to happen. Yep. And she did that so smooth.
And now you can't say anything about it. That's what you get. Because now she's going to be like, I know I was right.
And he was like, you know what, this shit is really not going to work, damn it, because now I got to go and tell her that she was right. And I do like the back and forth that he has with it's not his boss. Is she his boss? Or are they just partners?
I think they're partners because the firm is is her last name and his last name. So I think they're just partners.
Yeah. I love that they have that friendship that she knew, like both of her peoples have these same things that should absolutely gel. And yeah, I love seeing good friendships and like healthy conversations between partners, whether they be platonic or romantic. And they were giving a lot with this, and that's not something they do all the time. So I like to notice those things. And yes, Claire was absolutely bae. Rosario Dawson will always be bae. Absolutely.
And I like the fact that we get to see him maneuver in real life. Because listen. Well, I like them together. Hold on. They were cute together as well.
They were. Absolutely.
They were cute together as well. But the fact is that Matt can pull anybody, and it's unfair.
He does have all the riz, though, don't he? Because literally every one of those chicks he pulls are fucking fire. Every last one of them brings something to the table.
Because I was watching the is it Ringerverse? I can't remember the podcast that Van has when he's discussing these shows, and he was like, "Well, he's got all these super senses, right?" He's like, "Can he tell when like a girl's on a period?" Or yes,
yeah,
he can tell all that. He can tell when you're DTF. He can tell all of that. That's why it's
years
unfair.
Later,
it's unfair.
Well, no, not years, but multiple months later, he can still pick up hearing Fist walk. Like, oh, bro. Something's different in your gait. Yeah, if he can hear that and then hear conversations on like the third floor of an apartment while he's standing outside staking out the joint, yeah, I think he's gonna know when a chick is on her period.
Listen, they was like, well, this is kind of like a cheat code. It is a cheat code because he knows exactly when somebody is attracted to him, and he can lean into that. And I'm like, that's just it's unfair.
My dude can smell pheromones. Like that's how extra those chemicals put him on.
Cheating.
Is it cheating or is it just fair compensation?
Cheating.
I don't know.
Cheating.
I don't know. We will agree to disagree. And I'm gonna take somebody clip Meeks right now.
You do not need
in
to
that pose.
Tell what day of period I am on.
Would like you don't tell which day? You know what? Yeah, you would.
I don't need you to. I don't need that.
You can hear people praying. You know what? He might be able to. Like, and we know he is a church lad. He is, and that's one thing a lot of folks seem to forget. He is a very staunch Catholic.
A nerd. But yeah, I did see that. That's the title of her book, Live Without Fear. I just feel like it's trouble for her to be the therapist for Fisk and Gnomes.
Very.
I think it's
very.
It's a trouble. It's I don't like it.
I'm a little sus on that. I don't think that's by accident, but we'll have to see how that story unfolds.
Yeah, I will fight him, John.
But
I will fight him. Don't
make
me
a
no
flow charge.
Fight you. Don't you come up in here and bring me anything I didn't ask for. I don't care if you know my period's getting ready to happen. Like, I just got you cookies in case you need some.
Like, here, babe, I thought you might need these.
Fuck you.
Coming up.
Give me my cookies.
Yeah, exactly. Look, I didn't say he was not complicated. Yeah, he very heavy, and that is, and we've seen that on the show, and that is comic accurate. That's why he takes all of these like huge emotions on himself. Like, you know, I know I'm not supposed to be out here murdering and killing, but people need help, and thus far the police aren't able to do anything, or they don't want to do anything. So you paved the way for vigilantes. And here again, definitely in the trenches of episode 2, Fisk definitely wants to do away with that. White Tiger actually comes into play at the very beginning of this. We just didn't know that's who we were seeing, because there's a lonely stop on the subway. Listen. Where this young man, I'm sure, was probably just trying to get home. He got off of his second shift at his second job, and I guarantee you he has more than one job. And he is not bothering anyone. He's literally just waiting for the train to go home, and these two assholes come in fucking with him. Talking, and I'm pretty sure I heard one of them say speak English at some point in time.
No, I also heard one of them say, like, give it here, just give it over. So either he was making some dealings with him, or he had something that they wanted. Either or.
He was just getting right. I mean, they don't even really need a reason, because you can tell how racist and ridiculous they are. So he sees the fuck shit. He comes in. Hector is the man's name. He comes in like, whoa, hold on, whoa, hey, buddy.
He can't defend himself. That's rude.
Like, you are literally beating up on someone. There's two of y'all, and look how little he is. And he was the kid was like the shortest one out of all of them. Like, you're literally the fucking bully on the playground, roughing this kid up for no damn reason, just because you can. And he goes in, starts fighting. You know, we go full fisticuffs. Some legs were thrown, some hands were thrown, and because the ego is always out of whack on bullies like that, he goes to try to jump on this dude's back one more time after he had already knocked him down, and he doesn't make it. He literally trips over his own 2 foots and ends up launching himself over the tracks and smack right into a train. And then the other asshole that ran away, I don't know where he ran to go do anything, but he comes back now with his guns drawn, like, NYPD. The fuck you mean NYPD?
I was like, and it's very interesting watching, because, you know, when the episodes like for popular shows come out, I watch a bunch of reactors, right? And I'm looking to see what they say about that boy, because as somebody who works with a lot of law enforcement, I'm like, there's like 12 things that were incorrect that he could have did to de-escalate the situation and have that man walk away. Have that man walk away and not intervene. So I'm just like, I'm waiting to see what people were saying, and they were like, oh well, I mean, he killed that cop. No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
That's number one.
Absolutely not.
And number two, they were like, he didn't know what was going on.
Wait. Really?
Yeah, he died in 23.
That was the dedication that they did. I didn't know his name.
Yeah, he died of cancer.
Yeah, absolutely. Rest in peace, sir.
And so,
that reminds me of Anton from Star Trek. Was it Star Trek? Yes, he played the young.
I know.
The young.
Felton. What are you talking about?
What was?
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
When he got crushed by his car.
Yeah. Wait, was he crushed by a car? I thought he fell off the fire escape. Who was that? No, I'm pretty sure that was it. That was Anton. Yeah, he fell off the fire escape in New York, if I remember correctly. Possibility I may be missing him up with something else.
Anton Yelchin?
I don't know if that's his last name, but it sounds accurate to.
He got crushed by a car.
Crushed by a car. Who
yeah,
off of Oh, whoa! I know who it was. I don't know the name. It was one of the guys that was in the thing with the Egyptian avatars, Moon Knight.
Okay, yeah,
the pretty boy, the pretty boy. Yeah, that was him.
Because Anton, he definitely put his car in park and it just kept rolling and he ended up crushing him and he died. Yeah, so I know that's Anton because I remember that because I was like, that shit is bizarre, which is why anytime I get out of my car, I take my keys with me.
always. Yep. Off. Absolutely, yeah. Pour one out for Hector and pour one out for Anton too.
And yeah, so I'm like,
and okay, oh wait, hold on, we got a new person in the chat. Hello, Dominica Edwards.
Hello.
Thank you. Yes, and that is his name, Camar de los Reyes. Indeed. Yep. Rest in peace, good sir. Thank you for your awesome service because I've loved every scene I've seen this man in thus far.
Yep. And I'm like, okay, so in this situation, if they really wanted him to go away, they could have just said NYPD. And he would have left.
Exactly. He would not have been a thing because you're like, okay, you know what?
I'm gonna mind my business.
Homie, I would like to help you, but I'm going to go and mind my business and go back upstairs. I'll wait for the next one.
What they were trying to get from him, whether it was like drug related or information related, either or.
That's what I want to know too.
Y'all done.
Yeah.
And I was like, this man is about to get his ass hemmed all the way up if somebody doesn't help him. Because
he wouldn't have made it out that subway. Whatever they were doing, even if they were just doing it for shits and giggles, that poor boy was not going to be leaving that subway if he didn't step in. So yeah, and as soon as the cop identified himself, that's when he stopped.
I instantly was like, well,
if you would have done that in the first place, this wouldn't have been a thing because he would not have put what his true self is in danger by interfering.
No, but I'm just like, man, now I'm wondering what in the hell y'all got going on. Like, is it all cops? Is it certain groups of cops? And we saw that thing later on in
it's groups. It's like he's a fan of the Punisher. Yeah.
So I'm like, so now what does that mean for the people who are cops? Who are those the ones who don't like Fisk, or the ones who do like Fisk? Like,
my brother. Always appreciate you coming in.
Hello.
Love.
So I'm like, I'm so curious as to what they're doing here because they just backed themselves into a corner. They backed themselves into a corner at this point.
Right. So what I do like though is how they pulled that story into the forefront here. Matt he's got another client that's in lockup that he was working with. He was talking to the lady to find out, what's the next steps, where we need to go, what do you need from me, what can I get him, and all of that. And he hears punches hitting flesh, and he pauses. You know how we do. He paused, put the head down and super listen in. And they heard I think it was more what they were saying to him than the actual fight. I mean, would Matt still have jumped in if it was just fisticuffs? Probably. But what they were saying is what really caught his attention. And he was like, you know what? I got the notes. Thanks. I'm gonna go over here and talk to my other client real quick. BRB.
No, my bad. Squeeze me.
And I thought he was actually going to walk into that room and see them in the act, but because he went through the official channels, he said, I need to see that man over there. He's my client.
Yep.
I mean,
so honestly, that's the best way to
believe him.
That is the best way to do it, to get in there and have a conversation with him. Because if you just walk in there, I mean, like, So I gave him a chance to get the introduction in, and he was like, I know you need a lawyer. You're going to take me. I'm not charging. You're not paying. What the hell is going on? What in the hell is happening? Because you're not gonna live if you stay in here without any type of. Did they even let you call anybody yet? Okay.
But yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're literally just holding this man off the books right now. And if they would have had it their way, they would have purposely kept him off the books until the last possible second. They can hold you 48 hours without giving you any type of charge just because they want to.
They would have killed him.
And he was not going to survive that first night. But the minute Matt steps in, he says, nope, that's my client. Bro, I can't afford you. You know what? You don't need to worry about that. I'm here and I'm good at what I do. Trust me, people fucks with me out here. Okay. You want me on your team. And he does. And the thing that he assesses the most, and I thought he said it really well a couple scenes after this, is he is innocent. I can tell that 100% from what he said. But there's something else that's off. And I don't know what it is. And the other cop, the old school cop that works with him now, he's like, so he's innocent, but he's still shifty.
And I was like, why the fuck are you questioning him?
Have you seen him be wrong yet?
Why are you questioning him? Like, sir, sit down somewhere. I know he's up in arms because he's a retired cop, so he feels
he's a former cop, yeah.
Which I get that, feeling a certain way about a situation, but you need to know the situation is. And he went in there half cocked, not really paying attention to the stuff around him. Like, oh, he's a vigilante.
Yeah, he's definitely doing pro bono.
Found the white tiger suit under the bed, and he was like, oh man,
and the amulet,
this is not good, and I'm glad that he kind of like still was involved enough to listen, but I'm like, sir, why are you even doubting this man? I don't understand the question.
I don't understand either, because it seems like they've been working together for quite some time. They have a very good work relationship, as we saw in the beginning before the fuck shit started in episode 1. Everybody is down for the team and helping everybody out where they need. So anything this man tells you, if he says it's urgent and no, they're fucking around, we need to go move in the shadows and research and get our Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew on to figure out the crux of the situation.
And just do it. Just do your job as an investigator. Bring me all the information, whether the information is good or bad to us. Bring me everything you got for a pork chop.
Right.
That's what you should always do.
And he played it, and from there he played it. So him and the other girl went to go and chat with Hector's wife, because actually, jump back a little bit. Once the arraignment comes up, and he comes in, we see it's the opposition is the cop not the cop, but the lawyer we've heard so much about.
Hawk something.
If you say Hawk something, Hawk.
Yeah.
If you watch Eddie Murphy Delirious, you get that joke. He comes in. He's basically like the high class lawyer that always gets the verdict that he wants, basically. And Matt is up against him, and Matt's also good at his job, but because Hochberg, yes, thank you, Dominica, appreciate that. What we see when they walk into the courtroom is the whole left side is full of cops. My first initial thought is, oh, this man is not even going to be making it out of this room, because cops don't have to give up their weapons when they come to court.
I don't think
they can walk. They can walk around the whole the metal detectors. Anything could have happened in there is all I'm saying. And what did end up happening though still pissed me off, because the judge wasn't even trying to hear the valid reasons that he probably should get bail. He's a fucking veteran, bruh. He's with put in his work with a clean record. Everybody that knows him in the hood fucks with him. So why can't you show a little bit of leniency for a veteran? He didn't even want to hear what Matt was saying. Matt had to just put it out there.
He's accused of killing the cop. Instant no bail.
Right. Yeah. The key word there, judge, accused.
It don't matter. No bail. They don't care.
For fuck's sake. Yeah. And this is and it's more art imitating life. They're literally just showing that this is how it would run. My
face was facing. I'm like, I mean, technically, he should get bail.
To be expected. Yes,
I know he's not going to. So, okay.
Yep.
And in this moment, he looks around. He doesn't see his wife, and he blind, but he'd be knowing. He'd be like,
There's also, I feel like there's also a little something there, and they picked up on it when they went to go and get his suit for court. And I don't know what it is. They haven't told us what it is, but for whatever reason, there's trouble in paradise where that marriage is concerned.
I feel like she's probably doesn't like the fact that he is going missing, and I don't know if he's told her about him being White Tiger. So the fact that he's going missing and doing stuff, she's automatically, the first thing you think of is somebody being
operating that night. Yeah.
So that could be a stretch. And there's a picture of a daughter, and we haven't seen that daughter yet. So I don't know if she's like there, or if she's at school, like a boarding school or something. Like, I don't know. But there's a picture of a girl, and we haven't seen her at all yet.
Yep.
So I'm just curious, but something ain't right. And who was in there? Who was it? The black lady that went to go?
Yes. Yeah. The black lady and the retired cop.
What is her name? McDuffie. Kristen McDuffie, that's her name. I got it up here.
Okay.
McDuffie. So she went in there and she was talking to her. She was like, we know that something, and you kind of need to be there, but since you got to like get it together. Well, am I supposed to support him? Yes. Yeah.
Yes, please. Can you just set aside whatever the nonsense is right now? We need to project a positive image so we can go, try to coax the jury in the right direction. So like okay, well, I'll go find the suit. Wait, no, I can go search for it. You need to be debriefed on how the interactions need to be done. I'm gonna go over here and look. That's cool. It's in that room right there. Okay, I'll be back. And a cop gonna do what a cop gonna do. And he goes in looking, and he finds, lo and behold, this is the white tiger that we have heard so much about.
He gets real about that, which I get because vigilantes, you're either on one side or the other of them. So I get that, especially him being a cop. So
it's his sister. Okay.
See, I'm like, she's young. I was like, where is this little person that's supposed to be in this picture? Where's she at? Where's she at though?
And I feel like I'm sure they'll break it down. But what I feel like is he kind of has the same a touch of the same thing that Moon Knight does. Like Moon Knight, he's actually an avatar for an old Egyptian god, and Hector's powers kick in when he puts on that amulet. So it's something probably from Aztec legend, since he's Latin. There's a lot from the old school Aztecs and Mayans also that are in the Latino persuasion. So I'm looking forward to hearing more of his backstory, because I think he's in the comics also, but it's been many a moon since I've read a Daredevil
every time I went to somebody's reaction, they was like, oh yeah, as soon as they saw him, it's like, that's Hector, that's White Tiger. I was like, they could already watched it and I already know that's the person, because in the first 5 seconds of meeting them, I didn't know what that was. I just thought he was a regular dude, and then I was like, oh, he got a suit. Oh, that's
and an amulet. No, see, the suit isn't the problem. It's the amulet, because that upgrades him,
because he is now vigilante.
Right.
Like, he can have the amulet and slap people. You just a strong ass motherfucker. Nobody knows what's going on. It was like he slapped the shit out of me, and I woke up.
What do the 5 fingers say to the face?
I woke up confused. Like, wow.
I woke up next Tuesday.
Exactly.
And that happened. And yes, I think that is what the rift is, because she, like Meeks was saying earlier, she may not know that he is the White Tiger. So if you are with your mans or your lady, whatever the persuasion, and they're creeping off at all odd hours of the day and night, especially at night, and they're not telling you feasible things that they are doing and why they're doing it, your partner's gonna start looking at you sideways. Rightfully so.
Yep,
exactly. Slap.
And so instantly when Matt found out that news, he was like, God damn it. He went to immediately the next scene was like, why you ain't tell me?
Bruh, how you if I'm going to properly represent you and actually come with my A game, you need to let me know anything that could hinder my movements, because then I can already set how to counter those and be done. And Matt said absolutely nothing wrong. Like, and even he comes to terms like, okay, you know what?
Well, here's the thing.
I didn't think about it on that level, but you're right. I should have told you.
As he said, he was like, you should have told me. So now I know, and now I can go ahead and be like, they're going to try this, and now I know what to say.
And he cut that shit off immediately. And I'm surprised very next scene.
I'm very surprised
they're in the judge's chamber
that the judge was like seeing reason at this point. That was
unity.
So good. It was so good.
You could tell, and it's a slight change from how he was during the arraignment. You can tell that he's like he absolutely wants to ignore everything that Matt is saying, but he does have some integrity about his shit, so he can't.
I'm like, legally he can't, because it has nothing to do
with what happened that specific night.
If he had the suit on him or was in the suit, completely different ballgame. But he was just a regular ass person with no amulet. But he was minding his business. So
he was trying to go home.
He was not in the business of being a vigilante, so you can't throw that at them. And I was like, I'm so shook and surprised that you actually like you followed suit. Like, congratulations. Yeah. I know the other guy was pissed, but I'm like, you can't just have stuff be admissible like that. Otherwise, feelings are about to be hurt.
Exactly.
Feelings are about to be real hurt. But I was like, that's good.
Fantastic storytelling there.
I'm like, I enjoyed that a lot. I enjoyed him going like, he's got a point though.
Right. I mean, because you gotta, yeah, but the law.
Yeah, he's
the
like,
law.
To be unbiased and to make sure that this sticks. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, Dominic. Exactly. It's gotta stick. That's what a lot of people don't understand. That's why OJ got off, because they played too much. They played
grounds for an appeal.
like why would you tamper with the evidence that already showed that he did the thing? Because you really want to make sure that it looks like he did it. Like, you just screwed everything up. So now they can't trust anything. Now they got to throw it all out. Now he's out. That's how that works. If you got to leave shit alone.
Yeah, there are some instances where, no, children, we should not be moving in the shadows.
Stop playing. Just let it happen. Let everything be presented as it is shown. Thank you so much.
Yep. So Matt argued and won, as he should have, because yes, that is the law. So you know what? I might make one of my bosses start watching this show with me, just for the inside, the more of the inside take on lawyers, because two of my bosses are lawyers. So I would love to see this from a lawyer's point of view, also.
Yeah, if I had the patience, that's something that I would like to be, because I like to argue. I'm gonna
Weren't you on debate team, or am I making that up?
No, I ain't do that. I don't.
Okay. It was somebody else I was talking to that did that.
Not me, but I could.
Yeah, you know what? I forgot he was gone.
He sure enough is. They did anything to put that man away because they couldn't get him what he actually did. I'm like, I mean, I get it, but this is what happens when you have white people tampering with evidence, and they shouldn't have had to. It's an internal problem. You should blame that. But I'm like, okay.
Yep.
I do enjoy the takes that I see from that. To
backtrack a bit, actually, Fisk is he's getting a rundown for who he needs to go see, and hold on, where'd the line go? Speeds up the whole thing, and then he has a meeting with a journalist, fresh hot young journalist on the scene, but she has already been recognized. She's good at what she does. She has all of the news popping, and homeboy was trying to hit on her.
That's funny.
Soprano Jr. was trying to hit on her, and
that's real funny.
She made. I feel like her words were so clever in this small conversation, because he absolutely wants to be more than just the connect or the friend. No, she shut that shit down so freaking quickly. You know what? I scratch your back, you scratch mine, and we get all of these good things coming up, and we can be what was it?
Successful together.
No, it wasn't.
No, I'm just saying, like,
wasn't successful. Friends with work friends with work benefits, or something to that effect. Something to that effect, and you could see like a little bit of light dye in his eyes, because he really was hoping to hit.
He really tried it. Like, just look at the optics. Now, I'm pretty sure outside of like the show making him look crazy, he's a good looking kid. But sir, here, you're weird.
No,
you're weird.
Not with this young lady. Yeah, absolutely not.
Weird
office wife. He would love that, but no, I don't think she would even give him that, and she shouldn't.
You reached. You're reaching. You were reaching. But I did like the fact that when Fisk realized who she was, he went,
see, and right, and that's your name's BB. Do they call you anything else? No, it's just BB. I'm named for my uncle. He was like, oh, Ben Ulrich.
That you had him killed.
As a matter of fact,
didn't you? Yeah, I remember that. I remembers. Pepper's Farm remembers. Like,
and just like what I said when we were talking about Lovecraft, to keep your eye on little lady Diana and her movements and what's going to be going on. This young lady here also. has a little bit of hidden fire in there, and Fisk calls it out, by the end of it. Nah, bro, you don't need to apologize. I'm pretty sure she's used to being looked
underestimated,
underestimated, and she will always come up and surprise you. So I'm really looking forward to that.
I don't think that I think that's like a double meaning. Like, he was like, oh, she's used to being underestimated, but he's also like,
because he clocked it. Yeah,
he's like, I see you. Yeah, I see you. And now I'm going to be really seeing you.
And I know you see me. So I want to let you know I see you, see me, see you.
I'm going to be watching. Period. Mm-hmm. Period, sis.
And they didn't go into a whole lot of detail with the family, but yeah, I do remember him having a sister. So it makes sense.
I'm just like, and so now that's a problem, because at this point in time, with Fisk being the mayor, you don't want to be on his radar. You don't want to be on his radar. To me, it's still very, very dangerous. And the fact that she is on his radar. Because, I mean, at this point, she has to know that Fisk killed
Fisk is the one that did it. She has to know. She's as good of a journalist as her uncle was.
So she knows. And so he's looking to see what she does. And I'm like, man, I'm going to need you to stay away. Like, just... Thank you.
Right, like don't play her. Like, while you're saying I think she might be used to being underestimated, please file that away in your own memory banks and don't play with this girl, because it's gonna come back to bite you in the ass in a real significant way.
I don't think something happens. I think it's the reverse. Nope. I think she needs to watch her step. That's what I think, because at this point she don't got nobody in her corner.
Fair enough.
Because Fisk is the mayor. I need you to watch your step, ma'am, until you get somebody in your... Exactly. She's poking the bear. I need you to realize that he has stomped on many a bitches.
Agreed. All of that. Yep. And does not give a fuck. This is also, this brings me up to our police chief, because this came up right after this scene. Well, not right after, but shortly after.
Because she mentions
where he comes in.
Ready to retire. That's what it was.
He homie comes in and says, here, my resignation.
Table.
Again, you're not fucking fooling me, bitch. I fucking see you. I didn't like you before. I'm not gonna like you now. You're on some fuck shit, and you're not gonna have me in here fucking around with this nonsense. Here's my resignation. Fuck you. And I'm gonna go home to my wife.
That's my favorite part. And he was like,
and then Fisk's like, you know what? Wait. Hold on. Ain't you from Philly? Yeah. They say Philly has like the best cheesesteaks, and they are delicious. And the restaurant he was talking about is an actual restaurant, and it is very well known in Pennsylvania. And he was like, but I prefer the restaurant that's like just outside the city. And he picks up the top of the wrapper there and shows the sign and says, I like it better from this place. And I don't remember what the name of that place is, but you can picture the scene in your head. And under that wrapper that was hidden is a picture of what they didn't say explicitly, but I'm taking to be like an illegitimate child that he has with a baby mama.
Nice clean picture.
And all this did, it's almost twofold. Like, yeah, you're making a power play, but also you're proving this man correct on everything he just dressed you down with. And you really think he's not gonna come back and try to get at you about that?
Now he's not. He really ain't about to. He gonna shut up, because did anybody tell you to do that and get a kid? Because now you're like,
not. I'm just saying he's going to be moving more in the shadows than he was before.
I'm just like,
and it's gonna, by the end of it all, it's gonna tie in some kind of big way, and that man is going to be a key player in that. They said if you lose the commissioner, you will lose a lot of cops, and if you lose the force, you lose the city. Although let's be real, that they're really not doing a whole lot for the city anyway.
I feel like the force is split between the people who have that tattoo and people who are just trying to do their regular jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, I feel like keeping him there for his benefit, for Fisk's benefit, is not a good idea. They should have just let him leave.
And let him go and put somebody else that's on your team in there.
Not even just on his team, but on his team and
easily controlled
and respected by the cops. That's what he needs.
Yeah,
he needs somebody in there. But he doesn't know where to look and he doesn't know where to maneuver. He's like, I ain't got time for this shit right now. He's like, I don't have time for it.
See, but him rushing all of this, that's gonna come back to bite him. And he's going to have a hard lesson to learn.
The mayoral campaign lady, I wish she would have listened to her and like going around and seeing how people reading them, because you get to see them, hear what they want and what they expect, and then you could do your little maneuvering and be like, I know you wanted this. We're not doing that. We're doing this. Why? Right. Because I said so.
Yes. Damaris, you're right, because he laughed as soon as that man walked out the office, like, you know what, this fucking thing was disgusting. However, I would eat it again to be able to get over on that little asshole that thought he was going to get me in the game. Absolutely not. But yeah, I think it's going to come back to bite him in the ass, because this is an ongoing thing with Fisk. He increasingly has several things go correct, and he thinks that everything is kosher to move on to the next thing, and he jumps the gun every time.
Listen, first of all, Amy, I think so, because even the actor John, he is staunchly even though
absolutely
cops go up to him and they're like, oh yeah, you know, I love the Punisher for this and that. He was like, I want you to understand, the Punisher is not someone you need to be like. He is the bad guy. He is the opposition. You don't need to be like him. You need to be like a regular upstanding citizen and a cop who's doing their job. That's what you need to be. You don't need to be like him. And John, how dare you bring that man's name into
this? See, I no, but Punisher is going to come on the scene, and he's basically, when you think of his character, think of like the opposite side of the Batman coin and put the Punisher there, because Batman will go in and fuck it up for a real one, but he will not kill. The Punisher has absolutely no fucks to give. If you are doing some fuck shit and he knows, I will say he's not going to go after innocent people, but once he does his research, just like Dexter, and he knows your ass is guilty and the cops ain't doing their job, you got to go. That means he's going to take you out by any means necessary and not give a damn about it, because you know what? You're a trash human and you need to go away.
Yeah,
and he said that was a great line that they said in that show. You know, when he was talking to actually, I think it was when he was talking to Daredevil. It's like, you know, you beat them up and you put them in jail or whatever, and then they get off on technicalities and bullshit, and they back out on the streets. When I put them down, they fucking stay down.
That's because they're sleeping the eternal rest.
Gone, erased,
gone either up or down to glory, depending on the scale.
The power of your nonsense has been stripped away. Done. You're dust. And look here, you know what?
Like I said, no thank you. How dare you?
Unfortunately, from what I have heard, they are bringing everyone back. Plus,
you shut your mouth, AK. You shut your mouth.
Bro, I don't want it. I don't want it either. I've said it repeatedly many a time. Y'all know Loris should have kept his ass in the Reach. The Night of Flowers is not needed here.
If they do bring him back, they gotta fix it. He can't be whining.
He has to put in. Yeah, he has to put in the fucking work and actually take the training the right way. Please. If they bring him in here, and I'm sure they will eventually, because again, they're already on season 2. He's in Hell's Kitchen. This is all of the street level vigilantes are literally all right there already.
I just need them to make that character better.
And yes, Lady B, we did catch that tattoo.
Yeah, so listen, I like the Defenders, and the thing is, even though Iron Fist was in the Defenders, I liked it. I just wanted him to shut up about screaming he's the Iron fucking Fist.
Yeah, he had a lot of growing up to do, a lot, and also you need to not be so cocky, bitch, because you came in here with the nonsense, and there were several times that you got knocked the fuck out. Okay, you came up to Luke with that bullshit, and he curbed you easily.
Stepped right over you. Excuse me.
Like, look, excuse me, I'm walking with my hoodie, trying not to get shot right now. Get the fuck out of my face.
Iron Fist.
Fucking
get out of here.
I will never not call him Loris.
that was his best role. Like it fits.
It was.
It
mm-hmm. He played the hell out of that role. Yeah, I love Loris, but
I just can't.
He didn't need to leave the Reach.
He did.
Said the Punisher is going to be a Marvel special role co-ed written by Bernthal. Okay, I'm here for that.
Character. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah. To see the casting for a lot of these roles has been really great. I think they picked obviously Charlie Cox, the right person to be that. When they went and got our boy from the Mighty Ducks to play Foggy, he rocked that. I think he did a better job than homie that was in Iron Man playing Foggy, not Iron Man, in the Daredevil movie with
I do have a question.
Affleck.
Yes. So are the Defenders going to be in this season
Luke Cage is awesome.
of Daredevil?
I don't think it's going to be this season. I think the only one we're
season.
getting this season is Punisher. Possibly, maybe. I did hear rumors about the Night Nurse, which is Rosario Dawson, but they were never confirmed, so I don't know. I know the only one that we're sure about is the Punisher. Next season, though, it makes all the sense to pull in the Defenders. Literally all hands on deck. Especially with Fisk being mayor now. Yeah, if you know some of the comic lore, Fisk was on some real fuck shit once he got into the mayor. And this is comic accurate. This is not just something they're coming up with for the show. He did actually run for office in the comics, and he was on that fuck shit. So we know what's coming.
Okay, because I was like,
I just scroll down. Let me catch up with
the
chat.
Like, I just need to be prepared in order to see Iron Fist again. Like, I gotta have liquor on deck because.
Yeah, eventually, what I think is going to happen is Matt is going to notice that tattoo on some other cop. So yeah, that he's going to come. I don't know what episode they're going to bring him in on, but we know for sure he is going to show up.
And they have a conversation, and he's all up in his face. Listen.
Yeah.
Listen. Everybody wants coffee.
You know what, let me tell you. Right, let me tell you what I think about this, Red.
Everybody wants a little coffee. What are you talking about? Coffee's delicious.
And yeah, I don't know when they're gonna bring Luke in, but it's gonna happen. Luke is your favorite on the Defenders. I think Jessica's my favorite on the Defenders.
Jessica's nasty. I love Jessica Jones
in all of the greatest ways. Colleen. I want Colleen and Misty Knight because if you know your comic lore, the daughters of the dragon. The daughters of the dragon. And you know what pisses me off? I'm sorry, real quick. What pisses me off about fucking Loris being the Iron Fist in the comics? His destiny is to marry Misty.
How?
And they are a thing. That's a gorgeous.
Like, how are you gonna handle
strong
that?
Black woman? How?
You walk into the house screaming, "I'm the Iron Fist."
She is gonna look at you and you're gonna say that one too many times and she's gonna shoot you in the face.
I'm gonna give you the metal fist that I got that's attached to my arm that I got replaced. You gonna catch this. You gonna catch this right in your mouth.
Jon Favreau, yes, thank you. I could not remember his name for the life of me, which is really ridiculous because he's done so many Marvel things.
Trash.
And yeah. Sorry. I get in my feels when it comes to freaking Loris. I'm so sorry.
I just can't. I can't.
Oh man, but once we get the judge to sign off and do the right thing, which he did. I'm glad they showed that he does have that integrity of his office because I thought that was some serious bullshit at the arraignment. But he redeemed himself right there. We'll see how this trial goes. I honestly did not expect to ever see that man again until we found out he was the White Tiger. I thought that when Matt went to see him, I thought he was going to go and try to show up and talk to him and he would be dead already. And he said and we see the bruises on his face. Those are fresh marks. He's been catching it from all of the guards and the inmates, which is really kind of fucked up on the inmate side because he's in here because of supposedly killing a cop charge. Prisoners usually don't give a fuck about that, but they're probably getting paid underhand to do it. So
leave me alone. Please.
It is how it is. And yes, Jessica and Luke do have a love. I believe it's a baby girl. I don't remember what her name is, but yeah, it made sense. That totally makes sense because that is again comic accurate. I love that.
Comic accurate.
So you thought Jessica Jones died for? Oh yeah, I remember that interview. Jessica Jones died from choking on her own vomit.
What? You're right.
Are you talking about? Are you talking about? Huh?
No, I said you're right, but I was like looking at something else when I said that, and I was talking about that.
Okay, yeah. Are you talking about in the comics? Because I don't remember that, sir. So you heard Misty Knight dated Sam Wilson at one point. Sam Wilson, that name sounds familiar. Who was that?
Sam Wilson is Captain Falcon. Clarence.
Clarence's parents have a real good marriage. Yeah,
I told you he will ever be Captain Falcon.
Clarence figured out that he was not cut for rapping, and he became a superhero instead.
Listen.
Okay, so you know what? You might be right. I mean, because the relationships be wild in the comics. What's his name? Tony has actually he was messing with Gamora for a little while too. Which is interesting because again, Gamora, you could do better than these random dudes you be on. Just saying. Mm-hmm. But once we get this conversation done, and damn it, stop putting up adjacent things. Yes, I do remember those episodes. I haven't watched the whole of Breaking Bad, but I did see the episodes that Jessica was on.
I never watched any of it.
It's a good show.
I've heard.
From the few eps I saw, great show.
I know, but I know the ending, so at this point, it's moot.
Yeah. What's the point? I agree. Yeah. So Matt, we're on the judges team. He's won us back. Hopefully, he stays at least towing the line. If you're gonna give one to the prosecutor, then you're gonna have to give on something else with the defense. So we'll see how that play out. And we cut to Matt. And he's following one of these cops home. One of the other cop that was there. Mm-hmm. And he's following. I was wondering if he was like gonna just like grab him and drag him into an alley. But what he did was so much better because he's got that super hearing, and he just camps outside of this dude's house for a few hours, waiting. And once the phone call comes in and he hears what he has been waiting for, he immediately calls our retired homie. And says, hey, I need you to go to this address immediately. I will meet you there. I found the dude that we've been looking for. You need to get there first. And he hightails it over to the dude's apartment. Mm-hmm. And you could tell that this man has already been being fucked with outside of what happened in the subway, because he is very jittery and shaky. And that speaks of like ongoing trauma. So I think obviously the cops have been, trying to do a number on him. They've just now figured out the exact address where he is.
And Matt shows up.
Yeah, on the way, immediately on the way. And Matt gets there first, luckily, and he says, "Look, I know you're scared. Here, A, B, C, D. This is my resume. This is who I am. I'm trying to help you and Hector stay alive. Please open the door so I can coach you on what needs to happen." And he was like, well, I do believe him. No. And he does. But yeah, if I testify, bro, the cops are gonna come for me. Truth. And I don't know if y'all watched that old school movie with Orlando Jones and Eddie Griffin. And Eddie Griffin was like, bro, you got stopped by the NYPD, shoot a motherfucker 41 times, and then ask questions. That is a thing.
So you're not going to make it.
And you have to remember, this is the NYPD that we're talking about that are coming after this man. You need to leave immediately and stop all the nonsense. He argued for like 20 seconds too damn long. They both could have been out on the fire escape.
I don't think you understand. They're here. And he was like, well, and then knock. Now it's time to go. Mm-hmm. I told you they were on the way. They're here.
They're going to be here in 20 seconds. More footsteps. Boom, 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 boom. Dude's trying to argue, but I can't go against the cops. What if 15 seconds?
He was like, it doesn't matter if you go
10 seconds.
They're on the way here. You need to leave. And then they knock on the door.
They're going to kill you.
Exactly. Now you're leaving.
Now get your ass out on the fucking fire escape like I just told you to. And go and look, this is my homie's name. This is what he looked like. Go find him, and then he'll find you, and he will get you to safety.
Yeah, he told him to meet him at a park, and so hopefully he made it to the park, because I can tell you who didn't make it to the park, Matt, because because
them assholes came in there,
shenanigans were
and of course, right, and of course because of who they are, you know, they know that he's the lawyer. They remember that.
I'm so confused of why this whole entire situation happened. He's the lawyer. What did you think?
What did you think was going to happen? Right, and we could leave out the fisticuffs here. That doesn't even need to come into play. But this is a lawyer that you came in and you found, and you thought just because he's blind, you were going to be able to still get away with the random fuck shit. Where is he's not here. He actually left like a little while ago. Sorry. And then they take their anger out on Matt. And yes, Demerit, yes, double take. This is why we're friends, bruh. Absolutely. I love that movie. But these assholes come in and they do exactly what I expected them to do. They couldn't get to Hector, or not Hector. They couldn't get to the dude. So Matt's here and they want to send a message through Matt. And Matt takes the beating. To his credit, he takes the beating, but then they go off on the real extreme bullshittery and they pull out a gun to this man's head. And the whole time Matt's like, look, can you not do it? You don't want to do this. Do you remember it? I don't remember which Medea play it was, but there was one time he was like, no, don't this is the line. I don't want you to cross it. You're gonna get fucked up if you do. And these assholes crossed the line. It was literally on his head, and he was like, you know what? All right, fine. And he had to put himself right immediately back into Daredevil mode, and he fucked them both up.
Well, that's what I just don't get about this whole situation. What was their actual fucking plan? You knew he was
exactly.
Not only was he a lawyer, he was the defense lawyer. So even if you were to kill him, what
did you think would happen? You didn't think that would look sus that it happened at this young man's house, because that shit would make the news big time. That is a story that would go viral everywhere.
He couldn't just go missing. Matt Murdock, the lawyer, is not just going to go missing. Like, I don't understand what your plan was. So you put yourself in a situation to get that ass beat. And I think Matt was fine until the gun came out, and he was just like,
until the gun came out. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like he knew, okay, these assholes want to be assholes. That's fine. You know what? I'm not about that life anymore. I'm going to take this little ass whooping that they were trying to give to the homie before they killed him. And that would have been it. If they would have left out the room, it wouldn't have been no fight, because Matt would not have chased them. But you put a gun to this man's head.
I think you're correct. I think that please don't do this was not for them, but for him, but for himself. Like, please, like, don't come out.
But he had to.
And he did. And listen, the way I don't even know how he was.
He popped up.
You see me? I'm like, how did
son? Look, that's why whenever he's on the screen, hopping buildings and shit, my immediate go-to is parkour, and he hopped right back into that shit.
He had this man remembering the time with his arms. Like, I don't even know how that happened. Like, it was not the right way. So, like, he popped his arms.
That speaks to how agile this little asshole is, man.
He flipped his ass and snapped it. And once again, all the reactions I watched, people are like, "Oh, I don't think that he killed anybody."
What the fuck you mean?
At least one of them is dead.
At least one, because
he dropped on his neck.
He dropped on his neck. Well, actually, wait, hold on. It is possible that man is alive, because if you remember I don't remember if it was the Equalizer 2 or Part 3, but there was a scene at the very beginning where this girl was horribly assaulted by a group of dudes in a hotel room, and he went up there and fucked all of them up. And the main finishing move was he broke their necks, but he didn't kill them.
What type of neck break was it? The reason why I think this guy is dead is because his neck,
because of how he landed.
Yeah, it was
possible,
from the side, not like a clean.
Possible, but I still think that he could. Maybe they could be knocked out. We'll see. And you're right, they probably are dead. But I still think the chance exists.
I think the one that was dropped on his neck is definitely deceased. He is not in the arms.
The other one got knocked out and he stayed down. He's gonna wake up and have a hell of a story and lie to spin as to why they were even in this house.
That crunch was crunching.
It's not even. It wasn't even really the snap that got me. When Matt threw him into that refrigerator, his head, his head had to have dented in because there was a hella blood splatter there. And then he did it a second time. And
for reasons.
And so like at least 2/4 of that door were covered in that man's blood and brain matter.
Yeah, the reason.
So the neck, I don't even think if he is dead, I don't think it was the neck snap. That was a extremely hazardous concussion to his brain. So and y'all know I like a good petty. This wasn't petty, but it was absolutely well deserved. So our slash is Matt the asshole? Absolutely not. No.
But here's the problem now. Now what is Matt gonna do? Because he also took it to another level.
Because he has to explain that. He has to make sure every bit of his DNA is somehow out, away from them and not on their bodies. But then that's still hamming the dude up, because how do you explain that?
How do you explain that?
How are we gonna explain that?
Do you explain that? And I don't know.
Okay, look, it's Dominica, bro. Did you miss in Black Widow when Natasha fell down like 7 stories of buildings, landing on her ribs, her back, her face, her neck, banging her head, and she landed on her feet and walked?
I don't have time.
It is not beyond the realm of belief to think that one of that dude is still alive for the MCU.
Listen to me. I'm busy. I'm booked and busy.
Yeah, knocked is putting it lightly, bruh.
Not only the dude with the refrigerator, but the dude at the table.
I don't understand why they kept getting up. Like, y'all had guns. You literally had this man dead to rights. The pistol was already touching his temple, and he shot up just that quick and fucked you up. Why did you continue trying to fight this man?
Her neck, her back.
Oh, my neck and my back. Oh, I want 150,000. We can settle out of court right now for $20.
That's a real good question. Who is Matt's cleaner? Because somebody, I don't know. I don't even know if he can have his cleaned, because it's technically 2 cops. Right.
It's not like he can call the dudes from John Wick to come in with the full-on Dexter crime lab cleanup scene.
And pay you in gold coins.
How are we doing this?
I don't know. I'm so worried, but now I'm just super excited for the next week's episode, because I'm very glad that they gave us these 2.
Both of these episodes, it needed to be both, because the first one was good, but we needed the action.
It's not even the action part. We needed to explain how we got from Daredevil and
from
stuff
She-Hulk
that happened to here, Hawkeye, the stuff that happened in Echo, the stuff that happened in She-Hulk,
Echo and here. She-Hulk. Yep.
We had to make sure that we get the Fisk information and Daredevil's information all in this, and it took a whole episode to do that, which I'm okay with.
I am too. I love when they take the time to do that. Yeah,
and it also lets us know that stuff is transitioning out of just Hell's Kitchen, because Daredevil
exactly
was only about Hell's Kitchen, and now that Fisk is the mayor, he's technically all of New York. So now we got to expand, and it made it seem like Matt outgrew Hell's Kitchen a little bit, a tiny bit. That's why his new place is posher, and he's up, and it's got pretty glass, and it's nice and sophisticated.
Right, because we've seen what his apartment looked like, and it wasn't a bad apartment. Believe me, apartments like that in New York, they are literally super fucking top dollar because they're awesome. And Matt just was not utilizing the space that he was supposed to, but apparently he's hired a decorator, and they hooked him up all the way. They basically increased his Riz level.
Night, Demarius.
Oh, you had it out. All right. Yes. Thank you for coming through, homie. Always a pleasure. We'll see you back here next Monday. We're probably going to be talking about some vampires, and then Wednesday back to these MCU streets.
I'm like, I'm super excited for next week's episode.
Yeah.
I wish they would do 2 more, but they're not going to do that for us.
Yeah, sadly, they're not. No.
Trash.
They don't care about our feels.
That's trash. They're trash.
This is cursed. That is cursed.
On. Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, man.
The best Mummy movie.
Yeah. Bruh. Absolutely the best.
Like, one, you know what, was good because they got to introduce the characters. 2, everybody was sexy.
Part two is my favorite one.
Evie was
because a Nox on a Moon came back with all of her evil sexiness. Like a Nox on a Moon in that movie was what Cersei thought she was.
And then 3 happened, and I was like, why you changed Evie for this white woman? I mean, granted, I understand that Evie was also technically in real life a white woman.
She has a little bit spice to her though.
But that was a white woman.
Why do they call it Hell's Kitchen? Because the shit was literally hot like that back in the day. That a lot of the nicknames for boroughs in New York that they have now, that it stems from the culture of those neighborhoods from way back when. Like what was it, the Boogie Down Bronx? That's the parties in the Bronx used to be lit. That was basically it. Also, you know, motherfuckers was around there fucking it up for a real one a lot of times. That just is what it is. Mm-hmm. And the name stuck. So to this day, yeah, it's always going to be Hell's Kitchen. And I do believe they not here. Karen moved.
She did. She left. I mean, she might be back. You never know.
She might be back. She might be back later. But yeah, as of right now, she gone. I think that was most of the highlights that we had here. Yeah. My final note was ending with that fight because Matt was very distraught and in his feels. I mean, about how this went down. And I understand that because he really was not trying to be in this life. Was he still listening to shit to make sure he was informed about things? Yes. But he wasn't out there trying to literally go fisticuffs and parkour anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like beating ass. But they triggered him. They you know, quite literally, they triggered him. And he went off. And he is just as pissed at the situation as he is as pissed at himself, because I guarantee you he's going to totally blame himself for that going down the way it did. And no, it's not your fault, Matt. These dudes were literally about to kill you and your client.
A tiny bit. You didn't have to like slam him on his neck after you bust his head into the refrigerator.
Yeah.
I mean, he literally
maybe.
He did that to him. And that's a problem because he just created more problems for himself and his client that he represents. So I'm like, man.
Yeah, see, and that's the thing that I'm really worried about is how once they find out that this is the apartment that dude was in, and there's two more dead cops now. The case only had 1 dead cop. Now there's 2 more. How are we going to spin this? I mean, at least, you know, Hector can't get charged for these 2.
Yeah, exactly.
He's at Rikers, so yeah, he's not getting charged for that.
Well, and if you have to think about it,
but it's still sus.
Is Cherry gonna want? Is that his name, Cherry?
Who's Cherry?
No, yeah. Cherry, the cop that he was the cop turned investigator helping him.
Him
after finding out that he had to he did this.
I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be totally fine because he is. I need to look up the actor information, but the gist that I got was he is he passes. If that makes sense, I'm not gonna go into that. If you know what that means, then you know. I think he's gonna totally understand exactly what happened with those cops. So I mean, yes, it's kind of like the Shaft mantra with Samuel L. Jackson when he came through for the first movie. You know, I'm too black for the uniform, but then too blue for the neighborhood. Mm-hmm. That I think is kind of where he stands. So no, I think he'll absolutely see the bullshit, and I don't think he's gonna have beef at all about it. Is he locked up with Diddy? No, I don't think Diddy is at Rikers. I could be wrong. I haven't followed the case enough to know exactly where he is, but I don't think it's Rikers. Although if he is there, it would make sense because that's in New York.
He is at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, New York.
Okay, yeah, that's not Rikers. Did she say he's subletting? But the apartment isn't even that. You know what? That's highly possible because and I'm only going on an assumption. This is not fact or anything, just my thoughts on it. He very likely has roommates there. Even though it looks like they didn't have a whole lot of furniture, that's kind of what happens when folks come into this country by the not fully legal ways. And they're here just to literally work and make as much money as they can, not for themselves really, but to send it back home to where they're from. And they were probably at work, which is why we didn't see them. But it's highly likely, I suspect, that he had at least 4 or 5 of the roommates that were in there. So, yeah, that's just how it is. So let's see. You felt Diddy and Luigi were in Rikers. I don't know where Luigi is.
They're both
but Diddy was never
at. They are both at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I know for sure Diddy wasn't at Rikers, and now we know also Luigi isn't either. Because Rikers is too normal.
Only for, like, I think Rikers is only for conviction, like actual conviction. They're just being held while they're doing.
No, you can get held. No, you can still get held at Rikers
while you're waiting trial.
Yes, I know people that have been there. My cousin being one of them, or one of my cousins that lives there. It's possible they maybe have changed the rules since then, but as far as I know, you can definitely still be held at Rikers.
Yeah, but they're both in the same spot.
Luigi's lawyers are married. Is that a fact, or are you just ad-libbing some nonsense? Interesting. Anyway, what's gonna be our scale for this show, Meeks? How many devils? No, it's too simple. I don't know. Chat room. What should be our gauge for this? Random number out of 10. What? 10 Daredevils. 10 random cases. 10 white tigers. I don't know what to pick.
You see me? I'm trying to.
Yeah, we're usually better at coming up with something like right on the spot for this section, but I don't know. Yeah, I vaguely remember that case. Yeah, you can definitely be held like 9 out of 10 flow charts. You know what?
I was gonna say potholes. I thought I was gonna say potholes. But we can do flow charts. That's fine. We can do
flow charts. Flames for Hell's Kitchen. If something else doesn't present itself for episode 3, we may go with that. But flow charts seems to be fitting because yes, we did have a whole 10-minute segment about Matt being able to hear a woman's period happening. So yeah. What are you giving episode 1 and 2 collectively? What you got?
I'm giving them a 9. I'm thoroughly entertained. I love that we are back. I would say the boys are back, but the boy is back because one is gone and the other one left. So we got one. But I did like the fact that we got caught up and moved forward in the plot all in that episode. And I just like the fact that Fisk is back. And I thought Fisk was going to try to.
Fisk is fisking.
Girl, no.
This is about to be some of his best moving in the shadows with this run. I don't know if y'all ever read this series in the comics, but yeah, it's going to be a chef's kiss if they do it the right way. So yeah, for myself, I think I'm going to go with like a 8.75 because I still would. Oh, hey, you know what? Boom. That yes, I will give it that. Two snaps and nah, not a twist. I'll keep the twist. 2 snaps and a kiss. Yes. Mm-hmm. We will do that. Man on Film. If y'all don't know, go look it up. It's hilarious. Yeah. We'll go with that. That is the equivalent, I think, to my 8.75. Yeah. I there's a few extra things I would have liked to see happen. I think one of those things is like Foggy not dying, because that was absurd. You could have had them in there and still had them in the background if you didn't want to do a whole lot with their characters. You didn't have to kill our boy. It's bullshit. But overall, the shit was nice. Yeah, they set everything up a lot in episode 1. Episode 2 was where they, really brought all of the main characters in, and we get to see where their journeys are going to go. Plotting. And the fuck shittery and plotting of it all. Yes. So I enjoyed both these episodes. Indeed.
Mm-hmm. Super excited.
So yes, indeed. We will be back next Monday to talk about some more vampires. What are we on? 3? Is it 3 and 4?
5 and 6, I think.
5 and 6. Yes, 5 and 6 of season 2, Interview with the Vampire. Come back for that if you want to be in that Anne Rice mode, and then we'll be back here next Wednesday for episode 3 of Daredevil, Born Again, and yeah, that's gonna be it. And also, again, a heartfelt thank you to all you guys for rocking with us for this time. We are again fully monetized now, and it's really cool to see the growth. And I don't know why y'all want to listen to us ramble, or me specifically. But I appreciate that y'all listen, and I am looking forward to all of the lulls that we will have for the remainder of 2025. So, Meeks, you got anything else big coming up? You got did you start a new game?
No, not really. It's a lot happening. I'm still playing Dynasty Warriors. I'm putting up Dynasty Warriors. If you ever play Dynasty Warriors, it's a thing where there's 3 different factions, and each factions have their own stories to a certain point. And so I technically have to play all 3 factions, and I have to go back and have to play all of the alternate history lines. So this is going to be like a year-long process. Yeah. However long I get to it. When I finish it, I finish it. And I'm also still putting up Fallout 2, and then working on stuff for my birthday, which is a whole thing and a half. That's also a year-long project. Not rushing. But yeah, games are gaming. TV shows will be TV showing. That's the problem. TV shows are TV showing.
TV shows, yes, indeed.
Man,
and if y'all didn't know, Meeks' birthday is April 1st. So please do remember. I don't know what day April 1st falls on right now. It's a Tuesday. But it's a Tuesday. Oh, we may maybe do a thing. I don't know. Usually Tuesdays I'm on with the boys.
I'm taking the week off. I'm invisible. From work, that is. I'm invisible from work. I'm not that. I don't believe in that.
She's going to be Drax for her birthday.
I'm going to be in my house.
We're not going to see her.
What I want to do, probably trying to play games.
We have not heard, at least I haven't heard.
Oh, they're still filming it.
2 is dropping yet.
Hold on.
When is it?
Look, I said I think they're still filming it. Hold on.
Okay.
Because that's my shit.
April 1st is season 2 of The Last of Us. Awesome. Yeah, we will definitely. Whenever it starts, we will definitely be back on those Plant Zombie streets.
Yeah, it looks 100%. Like Fallout 2 is going to be next year because they're still filming. They're in the middle of filming right now. And I know that because they have some of the sets and stuff up in California. I follow a couple people who do spoiler stuff because I'm looking.
Nice.
This is Fallout. I'm looking.
Absolutely. So yeah, stay tuned for all of the nerd things. Again, thank you guys for being here and getting the numbers up so we can get this shit really popping. Appreciate y'all, and we will see y'all in the next one. Please be safe out there in them streets, because 2025 has been a hell of a year on this planet already.
Bruh. I was waiting for the asteroid. I'm mad it's not gonna happen anymore.
I mean, we don't know that. It's still pretty far out though.
No, they said it's not gonna happen. Yeah, they kiboshed that. They said that it went down. I was like,
well, no asteroid showers this year then, I guess. We'll catch y'all later. Be safe out there.
bye. That's so depressing. I'm like, yeah, my hopes up.